Can you read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Sabrina Gonco claims she trusted a couples therapist who stole her boyfriend, and she wants a refund for the wasted sessions. Jasmine St. Clair says the plaintiff's relationship was already doomed. She did nothing wrong.
I see I've got Sabrina Gonco here as my plaintiff and Jasmine St. Clair as my defendant. Ms. Gonco, you are suing the defendant for $1,050. You allege fraud. What brings you to court today?
Well, I believe that that money belongs to me, considering I went to therapy, couples therapy, to her, and I think she had malintent when she performed that therapy and didn't have my best interest at heart.
So Ms. St. Clair was a therapist for you and a former partner?
Yes.
Okay, and how long did you attend these sessions?
We went to 6 sessions in total.
And why are you saying that she was fraudulent in her intention?
To begin with, she, during the sessions, was focusing more on the differences between me and my partner and kind of drove a wedge in between us throughout the sessions. It ended up that she asked us to take a break from each other on our 5th session, which we did, and within the 6th session, he no longer wanted to be with me, which was never an issue before.
What brought you and your ex to therapy?
He didn't want to get married, and I did. He's had some trauma in the past.
How long was the relationship, ma'am?
5 years.
Okay, so that's very long. So
Yes.
5 years together. Were y'all living together as well?
No, we were not.
Okay, so 5 years together. It makes sense. At some point, you want to advance the commitment, and he was hesitant.
Yes.
So it was your idea to go to couples therapy?
Yes, it was.
And did you pay for these sessions?
I did pay for these sessions. I wanted to make sure that we were attending and we were trying to do our best. He was a little apprehensive about therapy to begin with, but he was willing to put in the work for me.
Kinda. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me come to you, Ms. St. Clair. So you are a therapist for couples?
Yes, I'm a licensed therapist.
Okay.
I have 5 years of experience. I had my best interest to get them into the same point so they can solve their issues. But honestly, it was pretty clear to me after even a couple sessions that they had really fundamental differences. You know.
Let me slow you down, Ms. St. Clair. So you said that their problems were clear to you. What were their problems as you saw them?
You know, honestly, 5 years, he never wanted to move in together. He didn't want to pay for the sessions.
Well, let's take a beat. Now, I wasn't going to say anything this early.
All right. Now we're hearing about the actual therapy sessions. Sabrina went to 6 therapy sessions with Jasmine, and here's what went down. The couple was told to take a break after the 5th session. Sabrina's ex broke up with her in the 6th session, which was a shocking twist. Sabrina's argument? Jasmine's advice caused a breakup. Is this a simple case of bad therapy, or did Jasmine manipulate the situation for her own gain?
Ms. Gonco, but raise your hand if you in this room have ever had couples therapy or counseling with the current partner or previous. Don't be all shy, Elijah. It's a good thing. Okay, so I'm gonna ask another poll question. For those that had your hands raised, did you or your partner pay for the sessions entirely, or did you split them? Raise your hand if you split them. That's almost everybody, Ms. Gonco. And the reason you're seeing almost everybody that has availed themselves to the benefits, and by the way, I think it could be very beneficial to seek the expertise of a couples therapist in a relationship. But the reason that everybody said that they split the cost is because it's very important that all parties have skin in the game. If both people are not equally contributing to the investment of therapy, time and money-wise, I think we're all nodding our heads in agreement that it's already kind of off. Does that make sense to you now?
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to you, Ms. St. Clair. So
Yeah.
you are acknowledging that that was a flag to you,
Of course,
even from
there
a
was lots of
therapeutic
flags.
lens.
Yeah.
Okay, that he wasn't contributing to the finances of the session.
He wasn't.
What else did you
He
notice?
didn't want to get married, and this is a preference, but she really wants to get married, and he would never get to that point. At least,
Now,
like,
do you think he
wasn't
didn't
ready.
want to get married, Ms. St. Clair, or did he not want to get married to the plaintiff?
I feel like he didn't want to get married her.
To her.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I would like to add that he has trauma with marriage in general, and this has been an issue of his for a long time. He's always talked about it from the beginning when we started dating. His parents got divorced when he was a very young age,
Okay.
and so marriage has not always been ideal because he sees it as a factor of breaking up.
Now, would you have diagnosed the ex here as a commitment phobe?
Maybe, but I feel like maybe with the right woman, he could adjust and change.
Well, let's
but
talk about the right woman. Who do you think maybe could be the right woman?
somebody who is not pushing him as much.
After 5 years, you think she was pushing?
That's also true.
Let's take a closer look at Jasmine's role. As a licensed therapist with 5 years of experience, Jasmine is expected to follow strict ethical guidelines. But here's the catch. Jasmine claims that she never intended to break up the couple, but the issues were obvious. Was she being truthful, or did she just want to get out of the relationship and move on? Could Jasmine have done more to encourage compromise, or was she simply being honest about the couple's fundamental differences? We can all agree being a therapist comes with a huge...
I feel like after the 5 years, and after trying the therapy and talking over all the issues they had, they could at least see like what's going on in this
So is it
relationship.
true that the plaintiff told the court that you advised a separation?
Yeah.
And why did you recommend that, ma'am?
I feel like when you hit the wall, you don't really know where to go from there. It's a good thing to take a little time off.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
And then all of a sudden, after we end everything, we stop therapy because she gets us to break up. Now she's dating him.
She's dating who?
She's dating my ex-boyfriend, Jake.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sabrina Gonco, who blames Jasmine St. Clair for ruining her relationship.
What did you think about the suggestion of the break?
I did not enjoy that suggestion at all. I think that she, from the get-go, had these malintent purposes.
And you keep saying the malintent. What are you referring to? I feel like we're missing facts here.
She kept on laughing at his jokes, only supporting Jake's side. And then all of a sudden, after we end everything, we stop therapy because she gets us to break up. Now she's dating him.
She's dating who?
She's dating my ex-boyfriend, Jake, her ex-patient.
Oh, I know that's not the case.
First of all, I would say I'm not longer a therapist, and it was already like it was our last session.
Wait a minute, Miss St. Clair.
Here's the most dramatic twist yet. Sabrina says Jasmine is now dating her ex. Jasmine claims it started weeks after therapy ended, but we're all wondering, did it start before the therapy ended? Is this a case of personal conflict of interest? Can you even imagine the betrayal Sabrina must feel knowing that the therapist she trusted is now with the man she loved? What do you think, viewers? Is this a clear-cut violation of professional ethics? Can a therapist ethically date a former...
Are you telling this courtroom that we have been talking for at least 10 minutes about your diagnosis and your treatment and your recommendations from a clinical perspective, and meanwhile, you're not even a therapist at this point?
I left it for a better opportunity. I work in the pharmaceutical sales.
Well, isn't that convenient? So after you exercised authority in a clinical way for the plaintiff and her relationship, she's telling me that you are now seeing romantically your former patient?
It was weeks after we ended. It was weeks.
Not
yes,
years.
Your Honor, it was weeks.
Not even months. You're telling the court weeks.
It happened this way.
Mind you, they
And
had
look
a
at
drink.
this smile. Oh, no. I need Elijah to take this in. You see this? She can't even not
I
smile.
see the smile. Yeah.
So this man is making her very happy. Are you happy in this relationship?
Honestly, I am.
Oh, well, it's very clear to the court that
but
you are.
it has nothing to do with the sessions. I held them professionally. And when we ended, our relationship started weeks.
Oh, we heard you.
after.
Weeks later. Okay, so wait a minute. This changes everything, by the way. A few things. Number one, when the plaintiff tells me that she feels you were essentially flirting with her partner, her then partner, your now partner, I'm inclined to have to believe some of that, ma'am.
I feel like she felt like he was flirting with lots of women, not just me. That's his personality,
But
I feel
guess
like.
who? Okay, guess who had an ethical obligation to not be flirting at all?
I was never flirting with
It
him back.
was okay. All right. Let me get to some evidence before I go any further here, because this is now getting very messy. You're saying that you're trying to recoup the $1,050 that you and you alone spent on the therapy sessions. Do you have a receipt, ma'am?
Yes, I do. I
Okay,
have
give
receipts.
your evidence folder to my bailiff. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. Thank you, Elijah. Okay. So I'm looking at several invoices, 6 sessions.
Yes.
Each $175. And this is to Jasmine St. Clair's Couples Counseling. How long? You said you'd been a therapist for 5 years.
5 years.
And you just...
Now, let's get to Jasmine's defense. She's claiming that the relationship was never going to work and that she helped Sabrina see the reality. But here's the catch. Jasmine admits she's no longer a therapist, but doesn't fully acknowledge the ethical breach of dating a former patient's partner. How can we trust a therapist if they can't even follow basic professional rules? Was this a simple case of bad timing?
hang it all up for the new boo.
No, not exactly. I had this offer way before
Well,
it
you
all
keep
started.
saying way before and all that, but really we're talking about weeks.
The job offer was way before.
All right, but you do acknowledge that you received full payment of 6 therapeutic sessions from the plaintiff.
Of course.
Okay, and she's alleging that this was all fraudulent on your part
It was
because, Ms. St. Clair, you were operating allegedly in bad faith the entire time.
No.
Is it true then, Ms. St. Clair, that you were more favorable during the therapy sessions towards the
No,
man?
it's not true.
So we're just...
I treated them the same, equally, and I was trying to help.
Well, how were you trying to help when you encouraged them to break up only for you to resume a relationship with the man a few weeks later?
Take a break.
Okay, Ms. St. Clair, let's slow down. Do you acknowledge that this at least looks suspicious?
Honestly, it's a very common practice to take a break.
If you're gonna have the audacity, ma'am, to stand in this courtroom and stand across from this young lady who you treated for 6 weeks in a therapeutic capacity, and you are now sitting here in a whole relationship with who was her man, I'm gonna make you stand in that choice, okay? You are not gonna sit here and bat your eyes and give me these coy, cute smiles as if this whole thing is innocent and cute, when it is reasonable for any of us to believe that at some point you found yourself attracted to this woman's man. I'm just gonna tell you what everybody in here is thinking. It seems to be the case that you reasonably operated, best case scenario, with bad faith. Worst case scenario, with malicious intent to undermine this relationship, whatever stage, and nobody's saying it was a perfect relationship, ma'am, but whatever they came in with.
As we get deeper into the case, Judge Ebony's focus is clear: the ethics of the situation. While Sabrina is claiming fraud, Jasmine is standing her ground, stating she was just trying to help. But here's the kicker. Sabrina didn't just lose her partner. She lost faith in therapy as a whole. When you go into a therapeutic relationship, you're supposed to trust a professional.
They didn't stand a chance, because once you decided that you wanted her man for yourself, it was a wrap. Something smells rotten in Denmark. I got to tell you, that dog doesn't hunt, Miss St. Clair. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I would say that it has nothing to do. My relationships that started weeks later has nothing to do with the therapy. I was trying to help.
Do you have any evidence to persuade the court around what you were telling us today?
What kind of evidence I can have?
Oh, exactly. So we just are supposed to take your word?
It's private sessions. There's not much I can even expose.
Well, what I can evaluate then is what you're saying and what this woman is saying, and I get to decide as a reasonable, smart person myself what makes more sense.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
And you didn't go there with him?
No.
Were you there with him?
I was there, but I didn't
this
go.
is rich. Okay,
we
go.
bumped into each other. That was a coincidence.
Ma'am.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sabrina Gonco, who blames Jasmine St. Clair for ruining her relationship.
It doesn't make sense that a therapist who is ethically bound, you do acknowledge the ethics of your previous profession, don't you? And I am pretty sure, Elijah, that a part of the ethical obligations of a therapist of any kind, let alone a licensed one, is to not fraternize with patients,
Yes.
former or current.
Yes.
So you doing so, on its face, your choice to do that undermines your entire believability, ma'am. Your credibility is garbage. The court doesn't have a problem with the fact that they are no longer a couple. The court has a problem, ma'am, with the fact that he is now in a couple with you. I believe it is a breach of your ethical duty. I cannot find you as a credible witness on your own behalf. And I have one final question, and I expect you to answer it honestly. When did your romantic relationship with this woman's man, former man, begin?
Just like I said, 2 weeks after we ended the session.
You disagree with that?
Yes, 100%. I went back into mine and Jake's shared credit card statements, and you'll see in the evidence as well. I've included it. They went on a date. They had drinks together the night before our 6th session, the one where he decided to break up with me.
I'm looking at this credit card statement. Let us all see here. Wild Rooster Pub.
Yes.
So this is a bar and restaurant.
Yes, I confronted him about it.
And you didn't go there with him?
No.
Were you there with him?
I was there, but I didn't
this
go.
is rich. Okay,
we
go.
bumped into each other. That was a coincidence.
Ma'am.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
It was very friendly. There's
Oh,
nothing
I think
There's
that we
nothing
all
romantic.
understand that you are very friendly, Miss St. Clair. And so let me get this straight, Madam Plaintiff. You even paid for their first date.
Yes.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Sabrina Gonco, who blames Jasmine St. Clair for ruining her relationship.
You expect this court to believe that you randomly bumped into this man, who we all know you find attractive because you're with him now, and you just happened to share drinks and cocktails.
He insisted buying me a drink. It was very friendly. There's nothing
I think that we all
romantic.
understand that you are very friendly, Miss St. Clair. And so let me get this straight, Madam Plaintiff. You even paid for their first date.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, I do hope, all jokes aside, that you're learning some lessons today.
Yeah.
You know, you have really gone through it. Once a man makes it clear that he is not choosing you, we have to, ladies, have enough dignity to accept it and move on. I want to also get to, I'm being presented with evidence here that talks very specifically, Miss St. Clair, because I'm not done with this ethical conversation with you. This is from the American Psychological Association, and it says that in order for this to not be a flagrant violation of your ethical duty, do you know how much time is supposed to elapse between the therapeutic sessions and the dating?
I think it's supposed to be 2 years.
You think it's exactly supposed to be at least 2 years. And you said it was what again?
It was,
Everybody say it with me.
It wasn't ideal.
Weeks.
It was
weeks.
weeks.
Everybody know it was weeks, Miss St. Clair. So here we go. We, I think, are prepared to go ahead and make a ruling on this because this is really pretty sickening to me. And one of the reasons I'm so taken aback by your behavior, and I'm not saying that this man is innocent by any means, but he is not before the court today, so I'm addressing you. As professionals of any craft, we have a higher standard of obligation, Ms. St. Clair. So while you might be in pharmaceutical sales today, there was a time for 5 years in which you were sworn to ethical obligation and duties and standards of care and practice as it relates to being a therapist. You have violated that in the worst way.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
This is truly one of the most flagrant abuses of your position this court can fathom. I very much feel for you, ma'am. I really do. My heart really breaks for you. And also, you need to make better choices, ma'am. No longer are we paying for therapy outright because we are so unilaterally committed to salvaging relationships that are not choosing us back, right? And let's pay a little closer attention to our credit card statement so that we're not paying for our man to go on dates with other women. Goodness. On that, I do absolutely find in favor of the plaintiff for all 6 sessions of therapy that I truly believe was a absolute sabotage from day one on the part of you, Madam Defendant. I rule in favor of the plaintiff for the full demand, $1,050. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,050.
And now, Judge Ebony's verdict. Sabrina wins a case, and Jasmine is ordered to pay $1,050 for therapy sessions. This case was about trust, ethics, and betrayal. Sabrina trusted Jasmine to help her save her relationship, but what she got was a therapist who allegedly played a role in her breakup. Is this a victory for ethical standards in therapy, or is it a lesson in personal responsibility?